lovely friends, welcome to day 4 of Vlogmas, which is going to be a true crime video because, well, I like true crime. Like my cup, my friend Lori got it for me. It says introverted but willing to discuss true crime. True. Okay. So, today we are going to talk about the murder of Sharon Aydelott. I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know why I keep picking cases that have really hard names to pronounce, but yes. Alright, so let's jump in. Braden Aydelott loved baseball. He was a varsity player at Gulf Breeze High School, and he also played in the Golden Gloves competition circuit, which regularly saw scouts from Division I schools. When he was 17 years old, a senior, he could throw a 99-mile-per-hour fastball, but he averaged around 80 miles an hour. And he also played shortstop. Sharon was a Pensacola native and a single mom. She attended high school and college in Alabama and moved back to Pensacola and she became a beloved comprehensive science teacher at Holly Navarre Middle School. When Sharon got a divorce, she received the house in Crane Cove and custody of the children. I should move y'all like over here so when I'm, looking at my notes, because I suck at memorizing things, I'm not like completely looking away from you guys. How's that? Is that alright? Friends and family say the split and the circumstances around it were devastating, but that they had all settled into routine and that the children had seemed happy. They were doing well in school and they loved spending time with friends and family. It wasn't until Brandon started using drugs, possibly including synthetic marijuana, or spice, as it was known, a couple of years later, that problems really started to arise. One of Sharon's longtime friends and the principal of the school that she taught at said that when Sharon discovered her son was using and hiding drugs in her house, she refused to allow it, but Brandon only resented her efforts to discipline and keep the athlete and honor roll student from going down a bad path. In September 2013, about 3 months prior to the murder, Brandon moved out of his mother's home and in with his father. According to court documents and witness statements, after that is when Brandon's behavior really started to steadily decline. His grades dropped, he was emotionally distanced, he began losing weight, as well as interest in his friends, sports, and working out. He completely lost interest in all the activities that used to be his whole world. His behavior became erratic. He started sending bizarre texts to an ex-girlfriend and unexpectedly punched a friend who he thought was seeing said ex-girlfriend. On December 10th, 2013, Brandon's family held an intervention after he had failed an over-the-counter drug test testing positive for marijuana, opiates, and benzodiazepines. They checked him into a local treatment facility for substance abuse, and his dad checked him out less than 2 days later after Brandon passed 2 drug tests at the facility. Phone records indicate that Sharon had pled with her husband, her ex-husband, to keep Brandon in treatment. I got a little angry there because the grammatically correct way to say plea in the past tense is pleaded, but that just sounds disgusting in my head. So I'm going to say pled. I don't care if it's grammatically correct. Sorry, guys. She pled with her husband to keep him in treatment, but he refused, saying that he didn't believe that Brandon was actually using drugs. 2 weeks later, on Christmas Eve, Brandon said that voices told him to go to his mother's house and kill her. He said he brought a steak knife from his father's apartment to do it and hid it up his sleeve of his shirt so she wouldn't see it when she answered the door. He said he attacked her without a word as soon as she let him in, splattering her blood on the presents under the tree that she had got him and his sister for Christmas. Randy, Brandon's father, and his then 10-year-old sister, Brandon's sister, found Sharon just minutes after Brandon left. Randy had been running late, returning their daughter to Sharon because he took her shopping for a last-minute gift for Sharon. Sharon had been expecting both of the kids that night, and she had been planning to take them to Christmas Eve church services, followed by a family holiday party. The crime scene shows Brandon also retrieved his favorite baseball bat, one that his mother had bought for him, from his room and swung on her with such force he splattered her blood and knocked her teeth across the room. He used multiple knives, stopping to get more from his mother's kitchen, and footprints from his van shoes, like the skater shoe vans, were found on her face where he had stomped on her. Patrick Gibson, a now retired Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office deputy, was the first on scene. He was a seasoned deputy, and he was still shocked by the horrific carnage. He found Sharon where Brandon had left her, just inside the doorway, with the handle of a large knife protruding from her eye. The autopsy would later show that Brandon had embedded two blades into her right eye socket with such force that he broke the handle off of one of them. The medical examiner was forced to use orthopedic surgical tools to remove it. Gibson said, "I've been to a lot of deaths. I've seen people who committed suicide and used shotguns to take their own lives. This one stands out to me because it was just so horrific and the rage was so obvious. How somebody can do that to their own mother is beyond me." Brandon was found at a nearby home where he had been staying on and off for several months because of his tumultuous home life. The 6'3", 200-pound athlete peacefully surrendered and confessed to police how he beat his mom with a bat, cut her throat, and ultimately stabbed her in the eye. It is unclear why and what the final argument was that pursued this. I couldn't figure out what his sentence was, what they decided to, what his plea was and all of that, but this just goes to show that we really need to be paying attention to our children's mental health from a very early age. I hate to use senseless things like this as a mental health PSA, but I'm sure there were things earlier on in Brandon's life that maybe hinted at the fact that there were some mental health problems there, and his family should have got him help. It shouldn't be taboo to talk about mental health, whether you're a grown adult or you're a 7-year-old or a 4-year-old. If my 7-year-old daughter comes to me and says, Mom, I'm having a really hard day, I just can't go to school, guess what? My 7-year-old daughter will be staying home having a mental health day. We need to destigmatize mental health. I know this was a shorter case today, but it is what it is. I love you guys. Please, please talk to your children about mental health, about their mental health. Let them know that they can come and talk to you and that it's okay to need help and to see somebody. Therapy is not anything to be ashamed of. So I love you guys. I'm praying for you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow.